Hi, I'm Rick Jones. I'm seated in front of a really nice piano. This is a Kawai Studio upright in walnut. It was built in 1990. Every once in a while we'll get a piano in that I like to call or refer to as a scratch and dent special, and this has several little dings and nicks all over it. We touched up it as much as we could, but the inside parts are in really good shape. It had some issues with the key bushings, so we replaced all the key bushings, which is quite the task. These are spacers to keep the keys from hitting each other. And we also completely regulated the action, and it has an incredible tone. It's a studio upright with institutional style casters. They're rubber wheels, dual wheels on each corner, so that you can roll it around from one room to the next. It has this giant music rack area here. You used to see these a lot in ballet studios and schools. This came from a church, and it was part of a trade-in. They bought a grand piano from us. So it had probably been in a classroom, and it was dinged up on the outside. And we're spending all our time rebuilding and refinishing Steinway Grand, so we just don't have the time to. We could make this look brand new, but A, it's not cost effective, and B, there's many people that will put this in a rec room, or they really don't care. They have an eclectic style furniture, and they're not worried about the finish. They just want a really viable instrument. So if you do your homework, this is called a UST-8 model. Many piano teachers come in looking for this model, and a price of a new one is close to $9,000. And because it's a scratch and dent, it doesn't look all that great. And I'm kind of overstating that. We're selling it for $28.98, which is a true bargain. I'll give you the touch and tone analysis on it. Click the slideshow presentation next to this video, and you'll see when you stand back and look at it from a distance, it looks pretty darn good. It's a beautiful reddish brown walnut with a new matching bench. We didn't have a bench, so we put a new padded bench that two people could sit at. It opens and stores music. Terrific tone, so let's get at it. I'm in a cast from a torn Achilles, so I am playing left-footed, okay? So let's give it a shot. playing this piano, I was thinking, boy, compared to what I grew up with, I grew up on a 1956 Wurlitzer Spinet. That's all my parents could afford. It was actually given to them, and that's what my brother and I learned on. It was pathetic. It was only this tall, had very short strings, a really small soundboard, very tinny sound. The touch was feather light, way too light. Most teachers want some resistance, and so you have a good touch weight going up and down. We like to, but this is 10 times better. I never had a piano like this growing up, so you would be at or your child would be at an advantage to have a piano like this. And if you can live with the little small scratches and dings on it, it's a first-class, top-of-the-line, brand name, world-renowned piano. Kawai. Do your homework. Do a deep dive if you're not familiar with brand names, and look up Kawai, K-A-W-A-I, and read what the world says about their products. It's a very, very well-made piano. Touch and tone from a 1 to a 10, 1 being very light, tone mellow, and 10 being very bright. I would put it at a 5. It's right in the middle. That's not too bright, not too mellow. As far as the touch, 1 to 10, 1 being very light, like that little Wurlitzer Spinet I grew up on, or a 10 being very heavy and almost unplayable. I'd put it at a 6, which is typical for Kawai's. Kawai's arch enemy is Yamaha, in my opinion. They're both made very well, and Kawai's grands and uprights tend to have more of a touch like a Steinway. They have a little bit of meat to them when you get into them, but if your child or you do a recital someday and you walk out on stage, what's out on the stage? It's a Steinway Grand with a heavy touch. They drive like a truck. So if you're playing on a piano that's got a good touch, which teachers want, they want you to build up your fingers, this would be perfect for you. It has a really fluid, even, uniform action, and the tone is fantastic. Big, and the bass is great. So this won't last long. Anytime, very rarely do we ever have a scratch and dent special where we're refusing to do any more work to the finish. People come in and they'll look at the scratch and dent and they'll go, well, will you refinish it? I mean, no. That's why the price is $28.98. I mean, I have plenty of other pianos here with almost a flawless finish, but if you want something under $3,000, it's the most piano for the least amount of money in our store right now. It's a better price and value than you'd find anywhere on eBay or Craigslist, and none of those pianos are coming with any kind of warranty. We're putting a 10-year warranty on it, parts and labor, first tuning free, free delivery within 100 miles. If you're outside of our 100-mile free zone, go to the shopping cart, look up your state. We ship and service these pianos nationwide and have been doing that for 45 years. Also comes with a lifetime trade-up. So if you buy it for $28.98 down the road, you want to go with the taller upright someday, or with the baby grand or grand, as long as the next piano is of greater value, you can trade it in for full price. We've had that policy in writing also for 45 years. It's as good as it gets. The scratch and dent specials last about 2 weeks on our website, and they're gone. They'll usually go to Pittsburgh or somewhere out of the area. People have done their homework, they've been out shopping, they get familiar with the brand names, and then they see something like this, a professional studio upright with a huge brand name for under $3,000. It could be purple with pink polka dots. They're going to buy it, especially if it's going into a rec room, or they don't care about the finish. They just want that quality and they want the sound. It's flawless as far as the internal parts. And click that slideshow presentation. Paul takes really good pictures of the internal parts as well, so you can see that it was really not played much at all. The hammers are all original, in really good shape. There wasn't any broken strings. The soundboard and bridges are perfect on it, and it'll last you a lifetime. Hope you do business with us. Very easy to find us. We're open 7 days a week. We're at the 1 o'clock position of the Washington Capitol Beltway. Just GPS Rick Jones pianos from any device. You won't have any problems finding us. Thanks.